Hello and welcome to Damn It Vacant. I'm Ellis here with Joe and John. How are we today? How many times have you heard the word Netflix over the last week? Less or more than last week?
I didn't really watch Raw this week, so significantly less.
Yeah, I watched Penta's debut. Sorry, Penra's debut.
That's as far as I got.
And yeah, is your camera like following you? Has it got some kind of weird tracking thing, or are you just nudging it constantly? Because it's very disorienting.
No, not my new iPad might have some weird camera.
Yeah, it looked like it was tracking you as you just moved slightly. Then it was like, I don't like it. Yeah, sorry. Should we just start again?
It's good content for an entire audio medium.
See, yeah. Look at it! It's moving when he moves!
It is actually, it's weird.
It's awful!
What's moving? The camera?
Yeah, like if you see it tracks you, you can't see it because you can't.
No, I can't.
Anyway,
will you stop veering back and forth, man? It's giving me motion sickness.
Are you on a boat?
No, it's just fancy iPad.
Ugh, right.
Oh, I don't.
Turning your camera off. Can't be looking at it. Yeah, no. It's been a fun week. Been playing a lot of Subnautica. That's fun. Driving around in my little submarine, punching fish. It's great. It's all I've ever wanted.
Finally finished Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It only took about a year.
I was going to say, what's your total playtime on that?
118 hours, I think. There's still more to do.
I won't tell you. It sank into Valheim, but yeah.
You can start 16 now.
Yep, it's installed.
Yeah, I posted it through his door, but his brother found it.
I got swiped to do it.
Lying on mine. He's very confused.
I don't know. I don't think they're for me. I've tried. I just couldn't get into them.
Boo.
Hey, as we were saying before, I like the small, tiny increments of getting a slightly better hat every time I upgrade my hat. I don't like big team battles and things. I just can't do them. I'm not tactically minded like that.
But now she's got a hat.
It is, yes. Also, we are recording this earlier than we normally do because it's Traitors Day. And it's good. It's
not
good,
on Netflix.
No. Well, I kind of missed The Circle because that used to be good, and then Netflix bought it, and they just put loads of horny single people in there, and I'm like, no, I want to see an old grandma pretending to be like Jet from Gladiators and shit like that. I want.
Was that the concept of A Circle? What the fuck?
Yeah, amazing. They all lived in separate flats, and they could only communicate through like a proto-Facebook sort of thing. Right. So you could pretend to be anyone.
Okay. And
it was quite good, because like the first season, some lad got catfished and nearly stabbed the lad who like betrayed him. It was brilliant television. And it's
okay, cool.
It's an interesting concept, and then they got rid of all that and then just put like sexy, horny young people in there, and I'm like, I don't want that. I'm an old man now. I want to see old men being confused by technology and stuff. But
just like our lives.
Pretty much, yeah. Took me. I'm going to tell you how much I was yelling at the printer the other day.
Oh, that's fine. That's printers. Printers are just evil.
Why is it not connected to the network?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Because it's not even turned on, Joseph.
Oh, that might be a you problem, to be fair.
No, but then I turned it on and it started printing out all this paper at me. Like, what? And it was just instructions on how to use it. And I'm like, does this happen every time we plug this in? Because I don't like it.
I hope so.
No, I've had it. Anyway, yeah. But that's been that. I don't know. Got my ticket. We got tickets for Morecambe on the 1st.
I think so, yeah.
1st of February. Got tickets for that. It's Royal Rumble Day as well.
Yeah, exciting.
Morecambe Rumble as well.
Double Rumble.
I've only done one of them.
Saturday afterwards at OTP in Warrington, they've got a Rumble. Triple Rumble in a week. Living my best life. Because what is the best match in wrestling? It's a Rumble, isn't it? Yeah, everyone loves it. Who can show up? Anyone. Mr. Blobby. Yeah, so that's my plans anyway.
Or Mr. Blobby in wrestling.
What's his face? Do you reckon Joe Hendry is showing up?
No, he's doing the Jericho Cruise, isn't he?
Yes, he was announced for it, and then underneath it, he specifically stated the dates he would be doing, and he will be starting the day after the Rumble.
Ooh, okay. Well, as it's just been announced, Charlotte Flair is tipped for WrestleMania against Tiffany Stratton, so she's definitely winning the fucking Rumble.
Doesn't need to win a Rumble, just needs to appear on TV.
I know, but they've got to at least pretend that the rules make sense a little bit, haven't they? Now, like it's not.
Do they?
Can't. But yeah, there's been
when it comes to Charlotte Flair.
No, I mean she does get like a ultimate, like just comes out with 3 ultimates already locked in, and just like
Yeah.
That's right. We've not really seen her under this regime. She's been
That's
out
what I
lot,
mean. So they might, there might be actions have consequences style situations. Like,
she's fantastic wrestler. I just want her to be booked with some meaningful story and character with Ric Flair's daughter, Woo.
Yeah, instead of I've won the belt, I've lost the belt, I've won the belt, I've lost the belt, I've now got the belt the most times. Doesn't matter. One long reign is worth 18 tiny reigns.
Yeah, I agree.
Chelsea, I hadn't thought she hadn't been to that regime. I just watched that Chad Gable interview that Dooley said to watch. He started talking about Shorty G. I was like, oh my God, the brain started melting.
I deleted that from my brain on purpose.
I completely forgot about Shorty G because it was just taking up room I could have used for something else. Like a bouillabaisse recipe or something.
He was just like, because he was still Shorty G when COVID happened and releases started, he was like, I'm definitely getting released.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He did it. And that's
fair assumption.
Yeah,
right,
he's clawed his way back up. Yeah. Right. Before we get into all of that, we're back to sort of Ian Skinner fact style stuff because I couldn't remember where we were up to with the story and I couldn't be asked going back and listening. So
what about the lore, the deep lore?
The deep lore's still there. But,
okay.
I'll return to it one day when I find out what notebook it was in. But I had a report this week that Ian and his brother Enya, there's some lore, have had a massive falling out and are not talking to each other or singing in Enya's case. The trouble started a week ago during a conversation about what the real purpose of Stonehenge was. Enya was adamant that it was probably some kind of early lunar calendar or possibly a sacrificial altar of some kind. Ian proposed that it was used by the druids to practice their sick tricks on their dirt bikes in preparation for Junior Kickstart.
He's got something there.
A reference for 3 people there. And that they wouldn't need a calendar because they've got iPhones, idiot. Enya countered that with, why would druids ride a dirt bike? Their robes would keep getting caught in the chain. And Junior Kickstart wasn't even on telly then. It didn't even have Bullseye back then. Anyway, Ian got angry and smashed Enya's special Princess Diana memorial plate. So Enya flicked a rubber band at the bastard man from Del Monte, Ian's pet crab, who was scuttling past on his way to the local trampoline park. So that was nice.
Jones.
We need to change the order of this podcast. I have to then do Vince McMahon news while dealing with that in my brain. So
that's the way the people like it.
It's the optimal way of presenting this.
They go, skip forward 5 minutes past all the nonsense at the start. Ian Skinner, news, turn it off. Maybe skip to the end for the funny bit that Joe puts on after the music.
Hey, you put John on the opening of Lost.
I might do it again this week. I don't know.
Netflix.
Stop it. I've got it saved, mate. I think I might have it on a button, actually, somewhere.
Amazon Prime? Maybe we can get sponsorship.
Although that said, when I was...
Mate, we couldn't get sponsorship from My 5.
When I was watching Dynamite, it then kind of struck me how many times he said streaming on Max or on Mac. But obviously it's not part of our lexicon, that one, like Netflix. But actually they said that a lot, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, they do.
Nowhere near like Netflix.
With the pay-per-view thing, but I think they contractually have to say it every 15 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a hospital radio.
They didn't bring up the Young Bucks to openly tell us how good Max is.
I mean, yeah. Again, nothing like that. It was just The Rock's midlife crisis where he was just going on about Netflix. We get it. It's like Kelly Kapoor in The Office when they're talking about Netflix and she just goes on about it. Like it felt a bit like that. Anyway,
actual
the
news.
dog shit.
Yeah, Vince stuff.
Yeah.
Attorneys representing Janelle Grant filed a motion requesting a status conference regarding Grant's lawsuit against Vince McMahon, WWE, and John Laurinaitis of the United States District Court for the District of Connecticut. In the filing, Grant's attorney stated they were writing to inform the court of a new status quo and request its guidance on how best to move this litigation forward. This is following the SEC's announcement of charges against McMahon, which he resolved by paying a $400,000 fine and reimbursing WWE $1.3 million. The motion also noted that in December 2024, the United States government informed Grant's attorneys that it did not plan to seek an extension of the stay so that it can continue its investigation of defendants without the stay. So I guess the lawsuit can move forward because the stay is not there. Grant's attorneys noted the SEC consent order announced earlier this week was a material development that is highly relevant to this matter. Okay, I missed a statement here. Mr. Mann's rep statement from his attorney Jessica T. Rosenberg, who said there was no indictment from the McMahon criminal investigation. The recent federal investigation resulted in no criminal indictments from the SDNY, while the SEC settlement relates to minor accounting issues at WWE. Minor accounting? What do you mean minor accounting for
1.3 million?
3 million?
Come on, I've got that down the back of the sofa.
Did nothing to do with the case. Any claims to the contrary made by General Grant's team are just another desperate PR stunt. So this filing, this thing, SEC's announcement, I get the impression it's both sides are claiming victory, right? Because Vince McMahon's side is saying there's no criminal indictments, and General Grant's side is saying, well, they made him pay all this money. That's my vague understanding of the situation. I might be wrong.
It's what it sounds like. It feels like lawyers just writing letters to just charge the customers more money. Like, it just feels like dragging it out for the sake of dragging it out. And I know I've got a pretty good feeling which side's dragging it out and hope it'll just go away when Trump becomes president. But is it a civil case, so he can't really do anything about it anyway?
I think if it was a criminal case, he definitely could have. He just hands out pardons like there's not tomorrow. But civil case is a bit different, I think. But again, don't quote me on that. I barely understood the words I just read out.
I know, it's difficult, man.
Vince tweeted as well, didn't he? Tweeted about it. He's all cleared, and then he got a community notice. Even X community noticed him.
Yep.
That's bad if X is community.
No, he's still under investigation for a lot of bullshit.
This was just about money being taken from WWE to pay off stuff that he couldn't pay off. Yeah, he shouldn't have used to pay off. I don't know. Man's a prick.
Sums up nicely. Moving on.
Free agent Malachi Black, or maybe soon to be known as Alistair Black, may actually be moving on for real this time. So on Dynamite this week, after beating Buddy Matthews, Will Ospreay encouraged him to step out of the shadow of Malachi Black, so he's too good to follow a leader. They didn't clarify if he'd be appearing on TV again, but there was inquiries about his status. He's not expected that, effectively the end of it. Yeah. Pretty sure on Collision they did a piece as well with Brody.
Yeah, there was something about that.
Things said to him. So, like, you had 2 shows on the week to different characters in there saying it. Fightful had reported that there were option years after 2024. So they kind of previously noted that he had Malachi Black under contract until 2027. So Fightful cannot confirm or deny that is the case or any option being picked up. But he is still on their website. He's booked for a match at CW on January the 11th. But yeah, here's he might be going.
I mean,
or it could all be a work to split up the House of Black.
Could be. I'll miss him if he's going, but it's never really worked that well in AEW, other than that first match where he booted Cody's head into the
stratosphere.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't continue with that obvious arc of him just murdering people. Yeah.
If he pops back to WWE, we need NXT music, rising chair.
Oh, him doing the spooky waiter, that one, yeah.
I hope so.
Music.
I worry that they'll change the music to be very similar, but not quite the same, like they have done with like some people. But
I don't know. It used to be there, didn't it? So it's a bit different.
Yeah, hopefully. I do love that music. It's great.
Yeah. Have you seen that? Maria Kanellis has noted recently that her AEW deal would expire at the end of October. While inquiring about an update, Fightful were told 2 sides had actually agreed a short extension to benefit both sides running through to January. She'd had all the surgeries.
She's having a bad time.
Fightful were told there's supposed to be an announcement regarding the deal, but it didn't end up happening. And I'll do the New Japan one.
All right, I'll do it then. New Japan has approached a number of talent for new deals. Every December and January, a large number of New Japan Pro Wrestling contracts come up, as the majority are through the end of January each year. This has at times led to some mass exodus to Bash from the company that have put them in a position to create new stars.
Supposedly,
yeah. Those that we've spoken to said that there's always feel it's a concentrated effort on New Japan's part to approach talent late and just ahead of when they would be free agents. Have they got Johnny Beermats, who used to work for WWE, working there? One person familiar with the process believes that New Japan does this when talents are arriving in Japan and preparing for Wrestle Kingdom strategically.
So, like, you're about to turn up to your like biggest show, and then they're like, "Hey, sign a contract," and you're like, "Fine, just leave me alone."
Well, that was good. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's a bit of a. I don't know. I think you want to get stuff locked down, for me, as early as you can. But
New Japan's a weird company, man. Like, I love them, but I don't know. There's a big culture difference, I think.
Yeah, you're just sad that Evil might be leaving, mate.
Sad. Not so much I'm sad about him leaving. It's more I'm worried where he'll turn up.
Oh, mate, if he ends up in AEW, he's just gonna get fucking. They're not gonna put him with his antics. He can't. Evil can't be evil on his own anyway. Like, he needs House of Torture, otherwise he's just
Oh,
a
yeah.
knobhead.
Which faction could he ruin? That'd be great.
Oh, there's a point, yeah. That's what... Oh, no, that's
Oh,
why...
he'd be in the...
That's why Malachi's going.
Yeah.
Yep.
I suppose you're
Oh.
like, you shouldn't answer to a leader except from this guy.
This guy, hello! I'll do the next bit as well as it's
Jack
only
Perry.
well.
Jack Perry's House Torture. He'll invite him to the elite. It'll be great.
I mean, yeah, a schism within a schism. Yeah,
That's what House of Torture is in Bullet Club. So.
To be fair, yeah. Wheels within wheels. Darby Allin taking some time off. Sean Ross Sapp's confirmed that Darby Allin has been off the road of late and hasn't been on AEW TV for a while. He started his training for Mount Everest and isn't expected back for a couple of months. The word internally was that Allin would be slated for a push upon his return, which is not expected until the late spring-ish. Because
nothing season.
yeah, it's fine. Like he's come out, he's killed himself. Let him have some time off.
Some time off where he climbs Mount Everest.
Yeah, I mean,
And I assume there's a coffin drop off the top because
that's like, what are you training, Mount Everest? Just putting a load of snow in your bag.
I think you do some highly specific training for Mount Everest, to be fair.
See how much Kendall mint cake you can eat.
I think it's quite a difficult environment.
I mean, having seen the pictures of the queue to get to the top of it, I think there's a fucking ski lift now.
You
mate,
see
like.
the pictures of the bodies on the way up. Making
Oh
can't
yeah,
can't get rid of.
I don't like that. Because
No.
surely you
You
can
don't-
get them down. Like,
How?
just push them. It's a fucking hill.
A hill.
They're
This is
frozen.
like when we did the free peaks, and you're like, this isn't like Open Mill. No, it's not.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Fucking
it's a mountain. Just push them in the downwards direction and they'll roll.
Enjoy gravity.
Yeah, that's why all the water flows from Canada into America, as Trump said this week. Yeah,
Did he say that?
he genuinely thinks because they're
Jesus.
north, all the water flows. It's like, oh my god, the man's a fucking idiot. No,
He's-
I saw like a trail video thing of it, and they're just like, oh, and that's like Dead Eric that everyone knows, and it's just a guy fucking frozen there, and they're all okay with that, and I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, people use them as like if you
Signposts,
come,
yeah.
you come to that dead guy, you're in the right bit. You're like, look, it's mad.
Take him down, put a little fiberglass man there. Get some of them shit Madame Two Swords waxworks of like Gordon Ramsay or something. That'd be fun.
I think people aren't carrying up shit waxworks up the
No, I'm not
hardest
saying
climb
they,
in the world.
they can all take a bit up and then assemble it when they're there.
At the top.
Yeah, like
When
a
you
big
still
human
think of
Lego.
hypoxia.
No, just get a lighter and melt them all together. Wax. Come on, I shouldn't have to think of all these things.
I don't think you really appreciate the size of the task.
I just don't think people care. They're all too busy leaving the tents up there and shitting, right?
Okay, good. I'm glad we've cleared that up. Penta's debut.
Hurrah!
The worst kept secret in all of wrestling.
Yep.
So he made his debut on Raw. Fightful said the deal had been finalised for weeks. His AEW contract expired on December 1st. There's some reports that Penta's segment went over time, which is true. The match internally was listed for one segment, which is a way to break up commercials more than actual in-ring time. However, the promo went longer than WWE expected. Fightful can't confirm if to anything else being cut.
I think it felt like some stuff got cut, but yeah.
Sure, I don't.
It's only the women's title match, I thought, an extra 5 minutes.
That's what, yeah.
Alright.
Other things, I was like, you're on Netflix. The whole point is you don't have to cut anything. Don't be mad at Penta.
Well, we'll get to that. In said report is where there was heat due to things getting cut. When Fightful spoke to a higher up, they said that we hadn't specifically heard of heat on Penta, and if there was heat, it should have been on whoever decided there needed to be a hard out on the show, which makes a lot of sense. Because
Yeah.
like you say, why would you? It doesn't have to be 2 hours, 30 minutes exactly, right?
Yeah, you're not on a network.
Yeah.
Well, you are, but not a television network, yeah.
No.
You're on Netflix.
WWE has flexible times with Raw. They were trying to get off air in about 2.5 hours. There were claims internally that there was some talent they were trying to make sure we're able to catch their late flights out of town. It's like a weird idea for running a show based on that, but fine. Nice, I guess. But among talent Fightful spoke to, they claimed they didn't hear of heat on Penta, and most everyone was aware of what the moment meant to him and his family, and the roster was happy for him. So the heat things seems to be bullshit.
Yeah,
I get
Diana
it.
was in the front row.
The one segment thing was because there was no commercial breaks in that, so it was just a one segment match. I was listening to Sean Ross and he added to that. And I kind of get the thing, like, let's have a rough time. I don't think you could argue with 5 minutes, like, just add that on. But if everyone went, oh, we're on Netflix, I'm going to go over a bit, you could end up in a situation where everyone's,
Yeah,
well, I'm
you
going
have
to
to
do a
have.
bit extra.
4 hours Raw.
I mean, yeah. Also, it's Penrad's debut. Let him, it's 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
I said the only part of the show when I was like, I felt like there was something nit there was Lyra and Dakota, but even then it was a great.
Oh, it was
10-minute
yeah,
match.
it was a good match. I just felt like there was a bit more left in it. But, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, he did his little walk. He high-fived the fuck out of those two people who had their hands out. Like,
I love to see.
Have you seen that? Pro Wrestling Tees and AEW have took down all Ray Phoenix merchandise.
Yeah, he's gone. Like, as soon as that contract's up, he's gone. He's dust. Like,
so yeah, I don't know if they took it down because they're just going to release him and get it done with. Because even when Punk and Cody left, they still had the merch up, just at a reduced rate. So
they've got a warehouse full of them. Like, you know what I mean?
I think they're only putting them on demand.
I don't know. I honestly don't know with that. But in the words of that film, let him go. Like, holding on to him, it seems petty and weird, and I get it. Because whatever Tony does, he can't be right for doing wrong. If he lets people go, he's too soft. If he makes them stay, he's being a fucking tyrant. So, like,
the Death Triangle shirts are gone.
I know, should have got one.
That was one I wanted, yeah.
There's lots of things that, in hindsight now, like the Initiative, which I'm going to go around and burgle Butcher's house because he's got one apparently.
Yeah, go for it.
But it was fine. It was fun. Like, I enjoyed it. It was good. Apparently, we're allowed to do Canadian destroyers now, and that's cool. But when AEW do it, it's flippy shit. So I'm just pointing that out as well.
Yeah, we'll get to them. That's later on. Corey Graves appears to be unhappy. He's been moved up the announce booth. So we've got Wade Barrett and Joe Tessitore moved from Raw to SmackDown. So they've got quite a good chemistry, but they've taken them off Netflix to replace them with Michael Cole. Makes sense. He's your veteran.
He's a big name, yeah.
And Pat McAfee, who's obviously a well-known name as well to be on Netflix.
Makes sense.
Corey Graves is then being put onto NXT, which is where he started his announce career. He tweeted on Monday night, "Imagine chasing your dream, then being told, not deciding that you're no longer physically able to pursue your dream." This is referring to his injury that he had that ended his career. Then you dedicate your life to something dream adjacent and being pretty fucking awesome at it. And then when it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labour, being told you're not famous enough for your own job, that like a dig at Pat McAfee. Just in case you wondered where he was moved to NXT, as I've just said. To be clear, Fightful has not confirmed if it was a work or a shoot, but those close to him claim it is real. PW Insider claiming Graves was seen at TSA leaving the Orlando area and was absent for Tuesday night's episode of NXT. So yeah, he'd also tweeted out on Tuesday morning, basically, "I've got a lot to say tonight," and then like a mic emoji and a fire, basically referring to NXT. And then a couple of hours later, it was announced he was not going to be on NXT that night.
I mean, if I had to work with Booker T, I fucking wouldn't show up either.
Yeah, that's fair.
Man's a menace.
But I don't know if you've seen the clip of them announcing him in. So when they show the announced views on NXT last week, and Vic Jones is like, "Welcome to Team Corey." Corey looks just pissed.
Wait, it's still a fucking job.
But it's a job, yeah.
Michael Cole will die eventually.
Yeah, I think
Not like a threat.
old man.
No.
Got the most popular
threat, I would say.
Coach, remember Coachman, whatever he's called.
Oh, yeah.
He replied to, he just been laid into Corey, to be honest. He was like, you do what you're given. He went, JR was, very quote, relegated to lesser shows 5 times in his career. He did the job and he came back. Maybe don't kind of play with the sandbox.
Well, it's not that. Go to NXT and show them that you're better than that they've made a wrong choice and they should get rid of Pat McAfee or whatever. Like, don't just chuck your toys out of the pram because, it's I think Thingy started joining in as well, didn't he? The guy who got sacked from AEW for being a prick and all. Kevin Kelly, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just ignored what he said.
Oh, man.
Best to know everything he says at the moment.
Yes. Well, I mean, when you start going on about fucking fluoride in the water and shit.
God, is he one of those now?
He's a QAnon Trumper fucking weird guy. He's like Harvey's brother. Yeah. Telling me that I can't remember.
Is he drinking raw milk yet? Because that's the new thing apparently.
No, but he sends Harvey these 5-hour-long YouTube videos. Watch this. No,
5 hours. 5-hour videos.
It's
got to be a deep dive on an obscure video game. That's all I'm doing.
Yes, or like the guy who's done all of Games Master. I'll watch 5 hours of that, easy peasy.
Exactly.
But when it's some guy going that the Earth's flat and I put some orange peel in a bowl and that proves it. and then there's just bullshit science to back it up. If you can't condense that down into, 5 minutes, then I ain't watching it.
Have you ever seen that video where the flat earthers actually come up with a really good science experiment and they buy
Prove that the Earth's round.
and they prove the Earth's round? Like,
Oh, yeah, some guy went to the North Pole, didn't he, to prove that it was flat, and he went, fuck.
yeah.
I was like, I like your dedication to the bit, but ta-da! You shouldn't have to go through that.
Is that what AJ Styles was doing with his injury?
It was. Styles clashed the North Pole. The actual one that's there, the red and white stripy one near Santa's house. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's mad. I watched, and I'm not a fan of Logan Paul. He did an interview with Paul Heyman. I was interested just in Paul Heyman. I didn't know this because I don't inhabit these corners of social media. But Logan Paul's co-host was saying to him that there's a movement over the last 3 years, basically. About the Holocaust, and the numbers are all fake.
Yeah.
Keep it light.
Hero. I was like, what? And they were asking Heyman, like, have you got a rebuttal to this? Because Heyman's mother is a Holocaust survivor. Her family, bar 2 people, were wiped out by the Holocaust, or murdered in gas chambers, or the travelling from Auschwitz. Yeah, he gave quite a powerful answer.
Yeah. Yes, as you would, because... Oh, no, I'm not going to go into it, but fucking hell, if you don't think that happened, then fuck off. Like,
but he made a good point in it. He went, you've also got to remember, there ain't anyone left, or very little of them left, because no one under the age of 17 really survived the Holocaust. If you were a kid, you couldn't be a child labourer, so they killed you. Yep. And if you were any younger, you couldn't travel and escape. He went, so the youngest people now would be 90 years old.
Yep.
He went, they ain't going to be alive to debunk this.
They're not going to want to go and revisit it because it was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Sorry, this just took a weird turn. Let's get back to nonsense.
Yeah, it's kind of a gateful tone of the show in general.
Yeah, I was just like, Alice.
I watched it recently. I thought, is this a real thing?
No. It's like, no, I said I watched, I was feeling a bit sad the other day, so I watched the clip from ECW where the guy boos during Dingy's 10-bell salute, and Bubba Ray Dudley just starts yelling, laying into him. And then Paul Heyman gives him his money back and tells him, fuck off, out of the crowd, and everyone cheers. And I'm like, oh, I miss Paul. Anyway, the on-demand version of Monday Night Raw, premiere on Netflix, has been edited. The live broadcast...
Just all wave now. They got rid of the wrestlers, just all waving.
Yeah, it's like the end. It's like the end of Predator, where they all just turn around and go like that.
3 hours and Macaulay Culkin just getting a pop.
Yeah. The live broadcast on Raw on January the 6th aired for just over 3 hours, but the version fans to watch on demand on Netflix has been edited down to 2 hours and 25 minutes, with commercial breaks and interviews that only aired on the international broadcast being removed. Changes, but only if you watched it live. Changes have also made to explicit language that aired during the live broadcast, with all the swearing during the Rock promo being censored, including on closed captions. So, yeah. Chants of fuck you Solo during the tribal combat match between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa have also been removed. Despite the edits, though, the boos for Hulk Hogan have been kept in the broadcast because it turns out the WWE do have a sense of humour. They were reportedly unhappy about the booing for Hogan being one of the main talking points during the Raw Netflix premiere.
Honestly, man,
maybe don't put an old racist hot dog out there then, because nobody wants.
The only reason I included the story was because of that bit. I was like, no, this is kind of boring. Oh yeah, no, Hogan getting booed. Yep, good.
Yep. Any reason to revisit that? Yep.
Yep. Good times. Good times. Singularity stuff. Almost is currently in Noah, just powerbombing the hell out of people.
Doing tremendous.
Doing amazing work. People get
because you know why? Because they know how to use a giant lad against Japanese people. Like just having powerbomb the fuck out of them onto their necks because they can take it.
Their necks are reinforced. It's true. Well, he's getting amazing reactions of it from what I've seen.
He's a champion, isn't he?
Yes, he is champion, and he got his state jacket as well.
Yeah, he's doing great work. And
you see, from the bouncer at Raw Underground to. Was he not? Yeah. Was he not?
He was.
He was.
At a moment of just going, no. Yes, it must have been him. How many of the giant men were there at the time?
Also, Athena's in Stardom and got like a standing ovation. Everyone chanting her name. She was basically crying. I've not seen the matches. I've only seen clips, but
I've seen that clip at the end though, where they're cheering and shouting her name, and it's nice, isn't it?
Can we get her in like AEW, please? And immediately. give her.
I've seen every other fucking thing from Ring of Honor. That's the one thing I'm interested in.
Yeah, it really feels that way.
Why have I seen so many Ring of Honor tag and 6-man titles and that? When all I want to see is Athena come out and like just kick someone's face off. Like,
That's all I care about.
that's all I care about.
Yeah, I don't know. Damn it, Tony. I would swap everything else in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
But
Sammy and Dustin can go to Ring of Honor. You can trade 2 of them for 1 Athena. Right, that's the going rate.
no, I would trade between every Ring of Honor thing for
Yeah.
send Jericho there.
Yeah, then he can be called the 10,
Whatever.
Jericho
Oh,
10.
it was on
Jericho
the
Day.
Beyond the Ultra.
He's the
Jojo
new-
Walker.
Okay, go on then.
I think I mentioned this last week, didn't we? She was a ring announcer for Collision last a week last.
Well,
Saturday.
maybe you did mention it and I forgot. And
She was did a dark match. Yeah, we didn't say what she did. We just said we'd seen pictures. So she'd done a dark match that was before Collision. Fightful spoke to AEW, said she was expected to do more with the company, but they weren't given a specific role or time frame. So that bits the extra information because it was just
Maybe
pictures.
we
on the
just
internet
didn't delete
I
it off
see
the
you.
document.
No, we just talked about ad hoc. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I know. Mini stories. Fightful selects confirmed again that Cody Rhodes versus The Rock is not the plan. Wink for WrestleMania. In case you were holding out hope. Wink, wink.
But they always add these articles of like, but if he turns up randomly, they will just drop all plans and change it to The Rock versus whoever he wants to be against. So
Cody Cena.
Hmm?
Cody Cena. That's the plan.
yeah,
Yeah, but if The Rock shows up and says, "No, I want a part of this," he'll be like, "Oh, okay then," because he owns
I don't-
90% of the company or some shit, doesn't he?
I don't think that's the match he'd be trying to caboose. He'd be trying to take the main event of Punk, wouldn't he? I'm going to have the
Yeah.
match against
Did you
Roman.
say kaboosh?
Caboose.
Kibosh.
That's the one.
is that one of those words you've ever seen written down?
Written down.
Because
It is, yeah.
that's half my vocabulary. Because I was an avid reader as a
just
kid,
waiting to
so I
say
don't know
it.
how
I
to
was
say any
I
words.
was like, what the fuck does he mean? Is kaboosh like one of those Riz kind of
Kaboosh.
words? I don't know. No, he means kibosh. Neither 3 hours or 2.5 hours is an official length for WWE Raw moving forward, but they do have the idea that there will be a time each week they try to hit. Again, a little bit of leeway either side, isn't it?
Can you imagine if it just
I'd be
took
happy
the
when
last
they
1
open it
week
this week.
and they're like, do like 20-minute Raw? Can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Just one match.
When I opened it this week, I was like 2 hours there. 3.5 hours. I'll take that. 5 matches. Is that okay? This is night and day.
Rather than just padding it out with shit, just
Plus, it makes it more like obviously you can see that if you're watching it live. Suppose. If you watch it recorded, you see the time frame. But like when you know a show is what I like about Dynamite, the overrun. When you know a show is X amount of time, it kind of ruins the main event. So time's appearing like we're in the home, which is why I like the overruns you have in Dynamite. Like, there's a bit of unpredictability because it's an extra 10 minutes here, and that's what I like about the Netflix. So, like, yeah, it can.
Again,
go a bit longer.
they're only 2 weeks in. Like, it's going to take a while to find that sweet spot, isn't it? TNA is planning to hold a live episode of Impact on February the 20th. An announcement is expected in the coming weeks. They're still not sure about where they're having it, though, which, I don't know. You think you want to get that sorted before you start going, we're going to do a live one, but we don't know where.
Well, to be fair, then, this is Fightful saying that.
Okay, fair enough. And, referring back to what we mentioned before.
Oh, I thought you just skipped this.
No, just
Okay.
to make you upset more. After New Japan Pro Wrestling's Battle in the Valley, Evil declared that he would not be going back to Japan. Hey, listen, I'm not going back to Japan. Goodbye, New Japan. Got it? Remember that well. He was
Two things.
quoted as saying.
Hey, you realise that my love of Evil and House Torture is a bit.
I don't think it is. I think you've started like drinking the Kool-Aid with it, man. Like
I've gone too far. The other
you've
side.
gone, like it's gone from ironically liking something to genuinely thinking this is great.
It'd be great if that's true. We'll find out next time I watch New Japan.
Maybe the Gilmore Girls, yeah.
No, it's genuinely great to be fair.
It's not it's dog shit.
And I think it's work.
Oh yeah, he's gonna come back as good.
Good. Everything is good.
Yeah, and they're gonna be called House of Cuddles now.
I would actually love that.
Yeah, and then instead of interrupting everyone's fights, they just come in and help them with like the maths homework or
Give general words of encouragement.
yeah, just gardening, stuff like that. Filling out the tax returns, giving them like recipes, recommendations, things like that. Like Marie Kondo a bit. Like they just go around and tidy their house up for them.
There's a match happening and it cuts to the House of Good just like in their house.
House of Cuddles, call them by
House
their
of
real
Cuddles.
names too.
Oh yeah, sorry. Evil's name is good. That's what
Evil's now good, and House of Torture is House of Cuddles.
And I just...
Not the monkey from Orville. References for nobody.
What the fuck are we talking about?
I'm trying to detract from the fucking World War II crimes a minute ago. Last one, John. Come on.
Mercedes Moné's women's title win has led to an immediate boost in RevPro on-demand subscribers. Yeah, not that was shocking, but Andy Corden revealed to Cultaholic that the promotion only seen a boost in subscribers to their on-demand service since Moné won the RevPro Undisputed British Women's title. You know what? The quote just said the same thing. That's what we're saying.
Because I just glanced at that. It said, discussing Moné's title win with Catholic Tom Campbell. I was like, what? No. Oh, Cultaholic.
Cultaholic.
That makes way more sense. I was like, I don't know why.
I'm only into Catholic listing these days.
Those Protestants at it again. She's walking around with them belts, appearing on everything. Is that not what you want for your company? To be exposed to as many people who might not have heard about it? Fucking idiots.
High professionalism.
We've had a few weeks getting back in the game.
Drinking gluten-free beer because there's nothing left in the house, man. It tastes weird. Tastes like non-alcoholic beer.
Darren's beers.
Mate, that lasted like a night. I didn't want it in the house any longer in case people came round and thought I was a class traitor. So
true.
Yeah.
Dynamite. Then we had the return of Kenny's show. Obviously, that was the main event part, but we kicked off with Will Ospreay and Buddy Matthews, we've already mentioned previously.
It were cracking. To be fair. I mean, if Malachi goes and we get Buddy and Brody just going on a singles tear, absolutely demolishing people like this, then I mean. As much as I do love Malachi Black, and like the House of Black was great, and Spooky Boys ticks my big box in things I love in wrestling, they've never done nothing with Malachi. He can cut a promo, he can wrestle. They just went, just keep turning the lights off and coming out and staring at people. It's what I do when like the missus goes to the toilet and stuff. Like it's just it's
It was just weird. I don't know. I can't understand what happened there. But
it was all lined up. It was all done for you. All you had to do was just push it down that road. But no. Again, I said to Ellis, the Money in the Bank in WWE headquarters, I genuinely thought that was when The Undertaker was going to hand over the reins of Spooky Boy Supreme to Malachi Black, but it was not to be. Yeah.
I love the idea of like a trophy that says Spooky Boy Supreme on it. Like when New Japan trophies.
Well, no, I would assume I would have been nice if they handed over like his Paul Bearer urn to him or something. Or just electrocuted him and now he got electric power. Does Undertaker have electric powers anymore? I don't think he does he?
I don't think he does anymore.
No,
he's in for a motorbike.
He was the natural heir.
Yeah, you see, because they've never really found anyone to do spooky. Like the Fiend, I guess, but
they had that.
They fucked that massively as well, didn't they? So
yeah.
Well, he had that when Bray came back. He had that moment taken in it when he's like, it was on a Raw and Taker whispered in his ear. So
yeah.
They're like, no, Bray was like, I'll never say what you told me, but that was the passing of the torch. That was everything.
I bet it was. I drink my own weed. Just something fun.
You'll never be able to tell people what I said because it's gonna be too weird.
He said leaves his plants. That's what he said. Then we're getting this week MVP. Well, sorry, we're getting the Hurt Syndicate against Private Party with MVP, isn't it? I think in a trios.
Yes. Yeah, he tweeted saying first and foremost he's a wrestler, so he will be wrestling.
I mean, if I was Private Party, I'd be scared. Because that's three giant men coming at you, and MVP is a fucking maniac as well. Like,
yeah, but that's true.
Speaking of it, like we had Bobby Lashley against Mark Briscoe, that was kind of fun but short.
I don't really remember it.
No,
I remember being entertained, but yeah, I don't remember much to say about it.
Oh no, is that like Briscoe hit the froggy bow and then he kicked out at like 1, and I was like, oh, he's just gonna kill him now. And yeah,
R.I.P.
Yeah. Oh, the gauntlet.
Yeah.
It was
Jay White
fun.
and Hangman at the start, and then Wheeler ran out and just immediately got Blade Runner. That was fun.
Yeah.
God bless him and his soft beard.
What was Wheeler doing that?
Getting Blade Runner.
Wheeler want a shot at Moxley's title.
I think it was to go and soften them up, or it's a punishment. Like Danielson used to punish Yuta, like for being shit. I think Mox was just taking that to like go and get beat up by other people. I'm too tired. I'm making a sandwich.
Yeah.
The best part of this match was when Ricochet came out and Spurs music followed by ha ha ha.
Yeah, that was fun.
And his face was a picture.
We had Danny Garcia, Hobbs,
Adam Cole,
Roddy Strong, Lance Archer.
I do like
Um,
Lance
Kyle
actually.
O'Reilly,
Yeah.
and Jeff Jarrett, who immediately got beaten and taken away.
It's happening. You cannot stop the Jarrett. And that's a song from Hairspray.
I think that's how
Don't
it
know
works.
enough about Hairspray to prove you wrong, so
I've only watched the opening song. I was like, this ain't for me.
And that is not the song.
It is.
Can't stop the beat.
Yeah, I like Lance Archer as well, and I really like now the fact he's had his hair put back in. He looks less like your dad's terrifying mate.
I feel a bit like Lance Archer. It's really cut to backstage. He's just throwing people around for absolutely no reason. It's implying like he just does this all the time. He's just like wandering about.
It's just he's never out to queue up for anything in his life. Like he's down the bank trying to cash his week's takings or whatever. He's yeeting grannies out the way. Again, it's that thing when he put that guy through the ceiling tiles and into the bin. I was like, that's still one of the funniest fucking things.
It's a good match. I was surprised that Hobbs won, but in a good way. I was like, oh, maybe sit up and go.
Yeah, I think we're maybe starting to get that Hobbs
But
push.
he ain't gonna win. That's my only thing.
No, of course he's not going to win, but if he puts a showing in, like again, you can still look good in defeat.
100%.
Yeah.
He scared them off at the end. They all retreated.
Yeah, because he's as wide as he is tall. Man's a fridge. I know fridges aren't as wide as they are tall. That's industrial catering fridge. Before you write in,
No one's going to write in.
no, nobody listens, John.
Speaking of Jeff Jarrett, did you enjoy his little promo battle with MJF?
Yeah, I mean, if we get I don't know, if we get an MJF Jeff Jarrett program for a bit, yeah, why not? I don't know. Jeff Jarrett's like a weird thing of like, I love him, but I hate him. like mini Kievs. Yeah, like it's
I don't hate him anymore. I went for a period of hating him when he was on every show.
when it's him and Jay Lethal. And,
Yeah,
that was more Jay Lethal's fault. Anyway,
Yeah, it was. It wasn't really. It wasn't really. He was just there. He was getting hated by proxy. It was more Jay Lethal I was like upset about.
Like if they just had Satnam Singh running about doing tall people things, getting self off shelves,
Yeah.
I'd be okay with it.
Quick yes, no, then. No thinking. Do you want Jeff Jarrett to be AEW World Champion this year?
Yeah, why the fuck not?
No.
It ain't gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. It's not gonna
That was
happen.
quite a big story about it.
Yeah, but no. It'd be funny as fuck. And if he does get it, it'll be for 3 seconds before Darby Allin comes crashing down, thanks to the flat earth and all that, through the ceiling from the top of Mount Everest, carrying a frozen dead body. There you go. And if that doesn't happen, I'll show my ass on the town hall steps. No, wait, that does happen.
Yeah.
Either way, my ass is getting out.
Well, good. I'm glad.
There was also the women's triple threat. Willow, Statlander, and Tony Storm. That was really good. It's quite a lot of fun.
That's
Tony Storm.
the number one spot for tonight, wasn't it? So they've got their own first ever casino gauntlet.
Women's gauntlet, yeah. Which again,
First one the women have had.
yes. And again, if we get as many people as we had in the men's, and it's given time, like the same amount of time as the men's, this is where you start building stories and feuds for further down the line with your women, you see?
Crazy talk.
John's looking at me like a dog who's been shown a magic trick. No, that's what it's for. That's what rumbles and stuff like this are for.
No,
I know you know this, but you just looked at me like, you idiot. Yes.
He's got right to be skeptical over women.
Oh, yes. Oh, 100%. But, and again, we might get some people in there we've not seen for a while. Yuka.
Yeah.
I just want to hear her music, so it is.
No, it's the best.
It is. Although I did listen to Rio's one as well, and that's equally as Dance Dance Revolution-y. Yeah.
Nice.
Kenny
This week that we had Harley Cameron on the guitar sing to Mariah May.
Yes, which was equally as weird. That might have been Collision, I think. I can't remember.
It was in the build-up to Collision.
It was a build-up. I think that was just. I don't think that was on a show. I think that was just her on Instagram.
Oh, a bit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole,
again,
you are a cunning woman. That bit.
Yeah.
Again, it's something.
I really enjoyed it. It was a bit. Sorry, what?
No. I mean, I miss Harley Graham. That was great.
Yeah.
They could have ran with that longer instead of just immediately unmasking her. But
who is it? Who could it possibly be? No, I'm actually really enjoying her stuff. It's just she's getting better and better in the ring as well. So we're getting there.
Again, I've got high hopes for tonight's women's gauntlet. I'm expecting to have them dash, but you've got to remain.
Yeah.
You've got to remain. It's the hope that kills you. And then Kenny came back.
Hope.
And I did a little bit of a not a cry, but tears of joy.
Yeah.
'Cause I miss Kenny, and he looks fucking great.
Yeah.
And it's just now, where do we go from there? Because he kicked the fuck out of Don Callis.
I did kind of love that, but he didn't even give Don Callis time to speak. He just went for him.
Just, yeah.
I was like, yes, good.
Oh, if we just get like, because he feels like he's just more vengeful and a little bit darker now.
Yeah, I want
So if we get just like
Dark Brutal Kenny.
like Vengeance Omega, which would be my call sign if I was in like a secret,
Stop.
the Velvet, call me Velvet Thunder. Yeah,
Vengeance Omega. I
yeah.
like it.
It sounds like an Andy McNabb book, doesn't it?
Now you've said it. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Now I
unfortunate.
think about it. Yeah. And then Ospreay's come out to help him. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Kenny. I think they've got to try and put him into some stuff.
He's got a match on it this week, Brian Cage. Tonight.
Yeah, but that's just because of the end of that bit, weren't it? Because of Motorbird and Brian Cage.
It seems all in is the goal with Okada, isn't it? They did the whole bit.
Yeah. And then Collision, we had Cope against Big Bill. Don't really give a fuck.
That's fair. We had Pac
against Commander.
That was really fun.
There was a bit in it that I was like, what the fuck was that, Commander? There was like some weird flip over the ropes, and I was like, that looked shit. And just me. He's normally so.
I think it was the head scissor.
It was the head scissors, but like he stopped and then like
it was slow. So it looked kind of.
It just looked for someone who's normally so fluid and stuff, and Pac was just stood there like.
Yeah, it felt like Pac could have walked off.
He could have done a Samoan Joe walk away at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just that bit, and I was like, oh, it wasn't the worst thing that happened on this episode.
But I loved the rest of the match. It was really fun.
Yeah.
I don't know, just like Pac, just general whole group's booking just seems a bit. He won, but you kind of expect Pac to kind of brutalize Commander a bit more. It's more like Commander getting over most of the offense and Pac pulling a brutalizer out of nowhere.
Yeah, you'd think. But again, yeah, I know what you're saying. Death Riders against the Outrunners never really got going.
Yeah,
because that's the problem. Like you just said, like there's no jeopardy involved in it. Mariah May versus Harley Cameron. Yeah, I'm just looking at my notes. I've just started writing down what the actual matches are, and then anything interesting that happens in them. And now that I've just put, just the shrug emoji. Mariah May against Harley Cameron. Yeah,
I like the match. I like the build up because Harley Cameron's doing God's work. If God's work is being slightly unhinged on Instagram. I am like, Mariah May is your champion though, and why is she doing random non-title matches with Harley Cameron? I don't understand.
Because she sang a song about her, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. It's just, I always feel AEW do this thing where they book the path to the title really well, and it's a really good story, and then they get the title, and you're like,
what do
now
we do?
what? Yeah.
Hot
girl graps, I guess, as they called it, but that's about the only reason this happened.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Did the owner of Stardom say something about women wrestling in swimming costumes as well as this week?
Did they?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
anyway, Brody King murdered someone. Didn't even get his name because it was over that quick. Garcia against Shibata was fucking great, I will say.
Oh yeah, jeez, that was good. Yeah, no, that was good. Sorry, I forgot about that. When did I watch Collision? Was I just not watching it
again? And then this was Dax against Chris Jericho in.
Yeah,
and I know it's supposed to be your big match of the night, but it's just like I turned it off.
I've seen clips of it. I hadn't watched Collision. I'd watched Dynamite. I really enjoyed that. I've not watched Collision in a while, so I'll read what's on it. It piques my interest. I was reading the Bleacher Report. Oh, that sounds good. Then I got to the bottom. I was like, nah, I'm good. That's your main event. I was like,
yeah.
I don't know.
And it was all kind of basically because at the end they did that horrible thing that AEW do all the fucking time of everyone come out and have a big fight, and I'm like, it's impressive when it makes sense, but this was just like a big fucking scramble. And
I was genuinely trying to figure out, like, some people like, why are you here? I can't remember why you're here. Who do you hate in this? Like,
and it's normally like the week before a pay-per-view they normally run this out, and yet they did it here. And I don't know. Like I said, AEW, it's still doing that up and down thing for me of there's some good stuff, and then there's Chris Jericho fucking about with it. Dynamite was great. Collision was pretty good. It just
till the end.
Till the end.
But I saw
It's good,
like,
but it's so not memorable. Like I had to generally look at my stuff to be like, what am
Yeah.
I?
That's what I've started
happened?
doing because I just forget. There's nothing
Yeah.
that, unless it's something that's like is so good it gets lodged in my brain forever. It's just week in, week out wrestling. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how do you feel about the main event that's been announced for this week's division?
You're gonna have to tell me what it is.
I was going to say, what be it? Because I've been playing
It's,
a lot of Subnautica.
It's a 12-man tag match.
Oh. I did know this.
Wait. If it's
Hold on.
Hangman and the Dark Order, I'm on board.
I can't remember who it is, but it's not that.
It's not going to be that.
I'm afraid this will disappoint you. I'll start with the good stuff then. The Outrunners.
Yes.
Hobbs, Colt, FTR.
Oh, so it's everyone who came out at the end then against, let's say, Death Riders.
Finish this sentence.
Murder Bird.
No.
The Learning Tree.
Yes, Mox is teaming with the Learning Tree.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I really feel like Mox's old character wouldn't give him the time of day.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Him into the
if
concrete.
We're trying to burn it down and make it in our own image, why the fuck would you team with Chris Jericho? That is the dumbest fucking thing.
Yep, and throw in the actual real-life AEW history. Like, Mox is the one who took the title off of Jericho in the first place.
Yeah, and cost him an eye. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that announced.
Nah, fucking no. I'm turning it off. Well, I'll watch it, but I'll be doing something else. I'll be thinking of something else.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I saw everyone came out and fought each other on it. I was like,
purely to set up this week's.
Does it make it make sense?
Yeah, that's
the Death Rider stuff. He's been doing the media tours. I love that picture of him on that show, just looking completely disinterested. But yeah, he was like, he said something about story. He said like, story is everything, and it makes you interested in it. And that's what wrestling's really cool about wrestling. He was talking about all the little things that he listens to and watches that he takes inspiration from, and always has done, and it's led some good ideas. But yeah, he was kind of talking about this Death Rider story being like this. He called it cinema. He said it's added a cinematic aspect to the main event of AEW, and I was like,
not with this shit. It's not. No. But I mean, Sonic 3 got a cinema release, and that's dog shit.
I liked it, man. I would hear nothing bad about Keanu Reeves' Shadow. What inspired casting.
It was.
No.
Anyway,
one Jim Carrey is fine. Two Jim Carreys, no. It's too much.
That was
too many Spider-Men. That's like, no. And he's not even dead. I bet he comes back for the next one.
Yeah.
What, the antagonist of a video game movie coming back for next one? Never.
It's never going to stop, John. You think Fast and Furious was bad, and you're wrong.
I actually really like Fast and Furious films.
Yeah, all right, but they're great. Yeah. Anyway, let's go. Come on. The Traitors is on in a bit.
Traitors.
SmackDown was alright. I'm not really talking about SmackDown too much. The only funny thing was Jacob Fatu telling a security officer he needed to reevaluate his life before he ended it, basically, when they were trying to throw him out of the building. The delivery of it was very funny. It was one of the 3-hour shows, and it was kind of my fear of it. So they put a lot of time into tag teams. They are building up stories in there. Motor City Machine Guns had a good match against A-Town Down Under. Got lots of time. Basically, they're giving a lot of time to the wrestling. So I think SmackDown, it'll be okay to watch, but it kind of feels like what we've just been talking about of, nothing's sticking in my head.
Yeah.
Like Collision was fun, but it doesn't really.
They're great matches, but.
Yeah, so that's, and the one title match they did have was Nakamura at LA Knight, and it ended with, because when he was threatening the security guards, LA Knight, on his way to go into his match, just literally ran up and threw Jacob Fatu out of a door and locked it. And he's like, yeah, they can fuck off. And they then got back into the arena and took him out, so he's kind of getting embroiled.
Oh, if only there was more than one door into an arena, right?
I know. So,
a friend of mine who hasn't watched wrestling in a while watched it because it's now on Netflix and Netflix. And he said, I don't get LA Knight. And I went, what is it again? He goes, yeah, and that's enough nowadays, That's all it is for me. There's nothing that stands out particularly about him.
No.
Is worthy of
lost that buzz that he had then. The only other notable thing that shocked me, Naomi, Bianca, Bailey, Nia Jax had a match for the number one contender to Tiffy, and Bailey won it, which I wasn't expecting, but I'm all there for a little Bailey and Tiffany program.
Yep. That'd be good.
I'm all there for that. There's nothing really of note otherwise to talk about on SmackDown. Raw was night and day. This was the Raw that I spent the last year watching. Stories good matches. The as it's you've seen some people calling it now, the Sheamus vortex, where you just get people beating the shit out of each other for 20 minutes. Yeah, this was the Raw. This is why you should not have watched last Raw, John. Told you, wait for this Raw.
Yeah, I really should have.
Always
Really put me off, but I did enjoy NXT, so that's something.
True, yes. I've not watched this week's, but yeah, I did enjoy last week. Yeah, this was obviously it starts off with a little promo a bit, but it's setting up the Rumble. So it was Punk coming out, just being Punk coming out of his car, mocking Hogan as he did so. I missed it as he came out of the car. He was like, doing that whole thing, playing into all the booze that Hogan had got. And he was like, "Yeah, that's my rearview mirror." Yeah, and he was like, "I'm going to enter the Rumble." He kept making references to John Cena, so I don't know if they're kind of setting up something down the line. Seth, I told you the other month about how there's a compilation of Seth just interrupting Punk and Punk losing his mind. It's quite funny watching. So Seth interrupts him, and Pat McAfee and Michael Cole are singing Seth's song, and they released a video today of like Punk looking at him, looking like, "Are you turning on me? Turning on me now?" And then he says, "Why is it always got to be him? Why can't it be someone I like? Why can't Rhea Ripley interrupt?" I was like, "Yeah, that's the live message. Why cannot Rhea Ripley interrupt me all times?" Seth comes up and then he declares himself for the Rumble and says he's basically going to enjoy throwing Punk over the rope on the way to doing it. And Drew McIntyre came out. Both of them lost their mind. And Drew was like, "When I didn't think you could get any more self-centered, you just do." Punk then started speaking back to Drew, and Drew went, "I was not talking about you. I was talking about Seth."
Mm-hmm.
And Drew then declared himself for the Rumble, and basically he said, I need to stop Roman Reigns because he is rising his way to getting back to where he was before."
Yeah.
So in terms of character motivations, they were all back. Like storyline wise, it made sense. They all hated each other, but I mean, he even gave props to Punk because he hated everyone who was in that Survivor Series match, but he said, at least Punk took a bribe. He's got something out of it. He got a promise down the line out of it. So yeah, they're all in the match. Seth then saw Sammy in the back later, and he kind of spat some facts at Sammy, to be honest. Let's get what he said. So Sammy was like, "I saw what you said out there," because Seth had said, "I've lost WrestleMania main events, I've lost titles." He said, "But this is the hardest loss of my career." He said, "But I'm still here because that's what I said I'd do. Well, unlike you'd run away for 10 years. He said, "I said I would be here." And Sammy was just like, "Yeah, come and chat to me if you need to." And Seth just kind of turned on him. He was like, "Yeah, it was a great week for you, though, wasn't it?" Sammy's like, "Well, what do you mean?" He went, "Well, Roman got his Father back. You helped him get that," because Sammy came out in the match to help him when he was getting ganged up on. And he was like, "Yeah, just like you helped him at Survivor Series." He went, "What's next? You're going to help him win the Royal Rumble and then help him beat Cody to get the title back. And then what? You're going to keep helping him?" And he said, "When are you going to help yourself?" And then he just walked away, and Sammy was just stood there. So I think we're building to Seth, this kind of basically Seth Drew KO alliance of, no, these guys they've done horrible things. Why are you all trying to help this maniac?
Which is what we said. Right? We're never going to get the Roman apology tour, but we might get the Roman.
I think that's deliberate.
The enemies of Roman vindic. Yeah, well, this is it. Everyone going, all the shit he done, and you're like, "Oh, okay, it's water under the bridge." Nah, make it make sense. Yes.
Because I think we missed the pod on that week, but there was a point where Seth said to Sammy, "You asked him for an apology before you went back to him. He didn't give it you. You asked him to apologise to Jay. He never apologised." Seth called it out. Like, you just all went flocking back. So yeah, enjoyed that stuff. The Rumble stats as it's standing. So you've got obviously Cena, Reigns. It's been a while since Reigns been in a Rumble. Obviously, he's been champion for so long.
Yeah.
Punk, Seth, Drew. That's like 5 for starters. And then there was a lot. Every match was good. They had Sammy and the Miz that was kind of thrown in there on the night, but in terms of the matches they had, they were class. Penta's debut talked about. It surprised me. You've already mentioned Canadian Destroyer. I would say if this match happened in AEW, everyone would be going, "Oh, no," all that kind of stuff. But which is fair. But I enjoyed it, and when he did the Mexican Destroyer, as he called it, it genuinely took me aback because it's a flippy move, but it was a banned move in WWE.
Yep.
Shit. Okay, here we are.
KO's opened that floodgate, and it cannot be stopped now.
I'm not shocked. No, I thought it shocked me how much of a star Penta looked. Now I know he's good, but the presentation that people were wearing fucking Penta masks on the way down, like in the crowd,
£75.
And they were lapping it up.
Worth every penny.
It was a promo afterwards because I was like, I don't remember when he did an in-ring promo in AEW
No,
without
he used to have Jose. Jose do it, didn't
Penta
he?
says.
and yeah, Penta says,
Which was
and half
great,
of it,
to be
I
fair.
love
But
Penta says, yeah.
and half of it was in Spanish, and even the bits in Spanish, I was like, fucking yes, like the crowd were going nuts. I was like, I don't know what he's saying. I was like, shit, he is just being presented as a legitimate star.
I don't know what you're
Yep.
saying, but I agree with you entirely.
The crowd were
Yep.
going nuts because they knew what he was saying because of where he was.
yeah,
I was just like, shit. And then his daughter's in the front row crying their eyes out. No, dude's got a mask on, and I can feel his emotion through the screen.
no, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. They presented him. He looked like $1,000,000 pesos, which I don't know how much that is in normal money. But I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm kind of jaded on AEW debuting people and then immediately going, oh, we got now, and they just quietly get sidelined. I don't know whether that'll happen here. Probably not, because it feels like. No, I hope not either. But again, it's that I don't know. I think I'm more kind of like, because it's the weird sort of weird tribalistic thing of people going, you see, this is how you. I'm like, I don't fucking care. I just want people to do well and make money doing what they want to do. Like,
Yeah.
it was
I
a
mean,
great match.
You could
He
see
looked
from a
great.
personal point of view how happy he was. And I was like,
Oh
that
yeah,
came through.
he's got to
me.
fucking wrestle. He's not. I've not seen him in how long.
Been a
Wrestling
long
someone that
time.
isn't a fucking Mexican clown.
Chad Gable, what a guy to put him in there with. Because I think there was a bit at the start where Penta had a little bit of a misslip and stuff. But again, Chad Gable was an awesome person to put him in there with. And at the start, I can't remember who I saw say it, but they were saying they weren't actually wrestling. They were wrestling Mexican style at the start, which is not something you see in WWE. And Chad Gable was doing that with him.
Yeah. Again, like for a debut match, it was fucking tremendous. Like again, Gable made him look fucking amazing. Which he is anyway, but you know what I mean? It takes two to do that dance.
It takes two to tango in this case, yeah.
Yeah.
Around see where it goes. Promising start. Hopefully they'll hear them crowd reactions and
go, oh, maybe we should do something with them. And then they go,
let's bring back the
24/7 title.
Like the whole crowd was shouting that at the start. Okay.
Yes, because despite what assholes on the internet say, people can watch two things and enjoy them equally.
Crazy talk.
Like,
and I actually thought that, I think you mentioned before, that the worst kept secret, which was the line they said on commentary. I actually thought that line in itself did. People focused on when he got the pin, Michael Cole said, like, well, the big leagues or something like that. But that line about a worst kept secret, that lends a lot of credibility to AEW. Well, why is he a worst kept secret? Because he wrestled for a company that had huge national, global appeal that's made this person
a household name, an action figure
name that we would want to sign, that everybody knows. I thought that line in itself was a lot of good for it. Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser just beat the shit out of each other.
Fucking hell.
They just
kicked
the shit out of each other. Sheamus beat him. So within the first hour, we had both of them matches within that first hour. And I was like, this is very different Raw to what we saw last week. I think in the first hour, we had the two long promos and we were just about to start the Roman match. So completely different in terms of that. Then the Intercontinental, so Dakota Kai and Lyra Valkyria had a really good match. It was a bit short. I would like an extra 5 minutes, but it was a really fresh match. It's not a matchup I've seen. The suplex that Valkyria did to the outside.
Right.
Yeah.
That was painful.
I need to watch that.
I
only got as far as the Penta match.
It was grotty.
Ash saw Lyra Valkyria turn up on TV and she was like, oh, she was great from the double match. So
yeah. I actually thought you said for a second you saw her turn up on RTE. And I'm like, why are you watching Irish television channels?
Got an Irish passport, mate.
Stop showing off because you can get through airports quicker.
Definitely go watch that match. It was really good. Like I said, it ended as you had a bit more to go here, but I'd rather be left like, there's more in this down the line.
More in the tank.
You've overstayed your welcome and done a 40-minute match for no reason. It's nice to see Valkyria because obviously she lost the Queen of the Ring earlier in the year.
Yeah.
It's kind of standard Triple H booking of like, you've got to wait. You've got to have a disappointment before you get your success, and she's kind of followed that.
Highs and lows.
But I would like to see Dakota with a single spot at some point. And the main event, hopefully the end of it, Priest versus Balor. They made a point, Michael Cole made a point in comics that they've had 6 matches and they have 3 all. So this was basically the rubber match. Street fight, Priest versus Balor. It was very good.
I've not seen that yet.
It got good time. It was carnage. We had fighting through the crowd, and Priest did a broken arrow off the top of something in the crowd. Quite a big drop, obviously through tables and padding and stuff.
Yeah.
It was a significant drop. Following that, you then had the medics out, which was a commercial break, and that's a weird thing for us watching Netflix because they go to commercials, but we don't get the commercials.
Picture
you
in
can
picture,
kind of tell
baby.
what's happening. So we had the whole thing of him being strapped up and all that stuff. And yeah, as he's been wheeled out, it's a street fight, so the match isn't called off. So Priest just went, oh, fuck this. And he went up to the ramp and just started beating the shit out of Finn. And he rolled him down the ramp on the stretcher. And Finn did amazingly. It bumped into the ring, and Finn just rolled straight into the ring. It's tremendous.
I should have been riding.
There's got to be a gif of it somewhere because it's fantastic. And then all the Judgment Day come out there getting involved. They're trying to assist Finn doing a coup de grace off the top rope. They then go another 10 minutes with more table spots and crazy shit going on. And at one point, Finn sets Priest up, sat on a chair with a chair around his neck at the same time, and he's going to deliver a drop kick. As he's running to deliver the drop kick, Priest, fucking cool visual, stands up, delivers the South of Heaven while Finn is running, while he's still got the chair around his neck. It just looked cool. And then in the finish, as he's hitting the final South of Heaven, he shouts at Finn, "I am not your brother's keeper," which was one of the lines they said during the
Sorry, you couldn't see mine and John's faces then when he was talking about that that running good that running South of Heaven there, but it was essentially like we'd both been eating lemons, shall we say? Christ, no.
Yeah, it was a cool. Genuinely, it's worth a watch because it was just pure carnage, and it's gone way too long. But that was a tremendous blow off.
It's chairs around necks is one of those little bugaboos of mine.
Yeah, I don't like it. Instantly makes me go, no.
I imagined he'd get out of it because the setup that he would have took was grim.
Oh, yeah.
Deliver it with the chair around it. And the South of Heaven's a move where it's quite dangerous as well, coming down with the neck.
That's what I mean. I'm like, there's very little room for error in it. But yeah, it's like even at BEW, there was a chair around the neck thing. No. Especially when he fucking hit it. I was like, That
was amazing. Generally, apart from Sammy Miz, which was a match made on the night to get Sammy out there, like all 4 matches were really good, and it was a story-driven Raw with matches that meant something. And I was like, this is what I've been watching the last year. Worth it.
Again, the one thing that Netflix should do as well is have chapters. Netflix, it's just have a bit so you can just skip.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just skip the matches, but again, you won't do that because they're not going to have you miss all the advertising.
True. Network used to have that on pay-per-views.
Pay-per-views, you have to skip to the matches, yeah.
That was Raw. I do have some breaking news that I've got during this. They won't mean much to anyone outside of our circle. Theodore texted me about an hour ago.
Oh.
For the next TNT show, it's the first ever TNT Nitro. He's just taking all the names from the past.
Right, I'm going to say, I'm fairly sure Ted Turner's ghost is fairly litigious, so you might want to keep that one under wraps.
And I said, what is happening? And he went, well, I assume it means Travis Scott because he's wrote Traveling Scott is performing. So I assume it means Travis Scott.
No, Traveling Scott. He's a troubadour. Travels from town to town, sell you some enamel cups, and then sing you a song about wizards.
So yeah, he loves Travis Scott, like one of his favorite artists. When he saw him, again, that's when seeing how they present things in a different light. When I said to him, "Oh, Travis Scott's on Raw." Oh my God, I need to see Travis Scott. I was like, this is why they do that shit on the premiere. And he then said, I'm going to have a card corrected to Cloud. I don't know if he means card or if there's going to be an actual cloud above the ring. The show's on Sunday, so...
Okay, sweet. Right, let us know. Let us know the card. We'll put bets on again.
Ray Phoenix's brother.
Ray Phoenix's brother, Penra. I read a thing as well because I was watching something on TV last night, and the Late Show with Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Lasers.
Yeah, sounds like a thing, yeah.
And it was Bad Bunny. And I was reading this week that apparently he wants to come back out and do some more for WWE.
Didn't he say, I want to,
hurt myself?
My mum or something?
Yeah, basically.
And I was like, you took a Falcon arrow, Priest gave to Balor in that street fight.
He was popping out Canadian destroyers, yeah. But yeah, and then that Paul Logan's gonna he wants to be the face of WWE, and I was like, nah, fuck off.
Damn it.
No.
So he said going into Raw, I'm full time now. All he's done is videos, vignettes, He's not actually been in the show.
I mean, they could just actually have, like in the olden days, where they'd just have one of the veterans beat the piss out of someone, like legitimately just shoot, fucking hurt them. They should do that. Don't know, just like, just get fucking like Seth to beat the actual fuck out of him. Shove that drone up his ass. Yeah.
Stomp his head into them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, was it SummerSlam? Was it SummerSlam when people were like, "All Punk's sins will be forgiven"? He choked Logan Paul to death.
I mean,
absolutely.
I'd buy him a Pepsi if he fucking killed Logan Paul.
Yeah, hear nothing bad from me ever again. Like,
only you can. I'm not getting him a 2-liter.
I'll go as far as 2-liter.
Nah, mate. But yeah, and then also speaking of dickheads, apparently Ric Flair, notorious helicopter enthusiast Ric Flair, has said that he might have one more match in him. So we're fingers crossed we're getting closer to my prediction.
Death in the ring. Bronson Reed's offered to tsunami him.
Oh, I wouldn't. You never get the stink out of your fucking leotard, mate.
No, he actually said, "Do you want me to see me kill this man?"
Yes.
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 So I was like, he's speaking Joe's language, love language.
Yeah. I just fuck off, Ric Flair. All like some old wrestlers, like like in the Rumble when like Honky Tonk Man had come out, and you go, "Fucking hell, Honky Tonk Man, that's great!" Like, and then you just get these chodes who won't fucking these beefy shits who won't flush. Like,
I love that we should probably come up with a bit at the end where we just have a bit of a rant. Good.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, yeah, that's that. Go on. It's nearly traitors o'clock.
Traitors on in 5 minutes.
Yeah. I've got to go and have a wee and get my special traitors hat on. It's a tricorn. It's not. I just need a wee. Just
think they're going to catch Mina tonight? It's going to be a surprise.
No.
No, Mina deserves an Oscar for her.
I've got
crying. Linda does not.
Linda's crying had me fucking laughing.
Oh, that was horrendous.
Because everyone went, why is she crying? Oh, I was so close. She was like my daughter. She fucking wasn't.
But then what's his face? Is it Jake? And I was like, Jake was like, last night she told me she hides her emotions well.
Oh, yeah.
Again,
but then they all forgot about it.
He
got to the
accused
table.
her being a traitor in private.
And the amount of times he said on day one, he was like, when fucking Winkles went traitors, and Linda went, yeah, like that is enough evidence to. Oh well, we haven't got anything to go on. You've got that. That's evidence. Like Columbo wouldn't even have one more thing. This man.
Kaz was a doctor.
Kaz
is Harold Shipman.
No, Kaz was a doctor, and he had a twinkle in his eye at one point.
Yeah. He heals people by day and kills them by night. Like Dr. Crippen, yeah. Again, the reasoning behind this is so fucking mind-blowingly it's an art form in itself of just how fucking wrong you could be. I said, I hate that Joe. He's not invited to the annual convention of Joe's.
Have you ever watched the maybe not the full show, but maybe the clips of they do like a little uncloaked or something.
Oh, yeah. I watched the one when that Jan was on it and was like, this isn't for me.
No, but they clip before they bring out the people who have been banished and or murdered, where they get together and they get given who the traitors are. But they've got to predict who the traitors are before they open it, and then you get their reactions. Every single week they go, Freddie.
Definitely Freddie.
Absolutely certain Freddie has killed me. Freddie's a traitor, and then they open it and they go, you mean that?
Yeah, because you've just done exactly the right amount of stuff.
Yes.
Not too much, not too little. Just say
so convinced about Freddie. Everyone who goes out,
ride that horse into the ground. Yeah.
When Freddie mentioned the clique, I mean, he didn't know what that word meant. Because Mina had plotted it in his head. Mina said that.
Yeah.
No.
Man.
I talk about it with my year 11. So on Sunday, I got so for contact, I've been teaching radioactivity to year 11 recently. But then on Friday, I was talking
This is a leap. Yeah.
I was talking about the traitors to one of them, and she said, that sounds. On Sunday, I got this email from a girl in my class went, what's that TV show you were talking about? And I was like, in my head, I was like, Chernobyl? I was talking about Chernobyl. I was like, age restriction warning, but, it's very linked to the radioactivity topic.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, traitors! And then this week, she's like, I started watching it, but she's gone back to series 1.
Oh, no. Well, yeah.
So, yes, but
do that after this one's finished.
While it's live. Yeah.
Went all the way back. And I was like, it's not sequential. You don't need to go in order.
No, until we get to like 13 series, and then we have a traitors champion of champions.
Yeah, do that.
Yes.
Minimal.
Anyway, that's enough.
One
Of
anyway.
that. If
Enough,
you made
traitors.
it this far,
Follow us, damn it, make it pause, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky. Bye.
Bye.
See you next week.
oh, fucking hell, that was brief.
Netflix.
Right, bye then. Yeah, Netflix. You don't see fucking Adam Woodyard on Celebrity Catchphrase pocketing it, do you? No.